here. Welcome to my channel where we live our Alaska life and I document it for you along the way. Today is Thursday, and Tuesdays and Thursdays are always crazy for us. And so on Thursdays we have the oldest Fitz kid has riding lessons at 11:30, and then we have just enough time to like run some errands while we're already in town, get home, take a little break, have a snack, you know, put the groceries away, grab some dinner, and then get the boys to Taekwondo at 5:30. So one of the things that helps me stay on track with all of the craziness of my life, homeschooling 3 kids, we're coming up on growing season, and keeping up with my Young Living team and everything like that, everything that I have on my plate, one thing that helps keep me going is my Ningxia drink, and I'm going to show you how I make it before I run out the door. Okay, so we're going to start with just like a regular mason jar and put 2 ounces of Ningxia Red into the mason jar. I use this little measuring cup that has the ounces on it. I keep a bag of cut up strawberries in my refrigerator so that I can easily add them to my Ningxia drink. So I just take a spoonful and put them in on top. And then I also have a bag of frozen blueberries that I like to use in my Ningxia drink as well. So I dump that in on top of there. I also keep bubbly, which is unsweetened flavored carbonated water, and then I just add that to the top of my Ningxia. Then I have this little straw and lid set. I have 2 sets of these that I bought from like Safeway or something like that, and they fit right on the mason jar. So I just put the straw in and the lid, twist the lid on, and then I'm good to go. I was going to use this opportunity as a chance to tell you all about Ningxia and Ningxia Nitro, which is another thing that I use for cognitive function. But I got to run out the door to riding lessons, so when I get back home, I'll record a little segment on what Ningxia is good for, where it comes from, and how it benefits your body. Okay, so I'm sitting out here in the parking lot where the boys do taekwondo, and I just thought this would be a good time for me to tell you a little bit about the Nitro and the Ningxia Red juice, and why I choose to use it every single day. I actually gave up coffee because I didn't need it anymore. I was drinking 2 to 4 ounces of Ningxia Red every day, and I started that in June, and I gave up coffee. Like, I realized like I was just drinking it because I liked it, and it really wasn't making me feel good. Like, I was crashing, I was drinking too much of it. So I realized like I could give it up. Like, I didn't really need it, so I did. I quit coffee about a month and a half ago, and I've never felt better. So I have my desk reference here, and I'll put the link to this book in the description of this video so you guys can get it if you want it. This book right here has been the reason that I was able to change my lifestyle and switch from like a toxic lifestyle to using all natural products all the time, to reaching to them for them first before grabbing over the counter drugs and stuff like that. So highly recommend you get this book. I'm going to read a little bit, well, not so much read, but tell you like what it says about Ningxia Nitro and Ningxia Red. Just a little bit. Like, there's like a whole chapter in here about the Ningxia Wolfberry. But I just want to like read to you, or like talk about a little bit of this information. So Ningxia Nitro is a little tube. It's an all-natural way to increase cognitive alertness, enhance mental fitness, and support overall performance. It contains a wide range of powerful cognitive enhancers, including wolfberry seed oil and a proprietary blend of pure black pepper, nutmeg, vanilla, chocolate yerba mate, spearmint, and peppermint essential oils. So Ningxia Nitro contains bioenergy ribose, which is a form of D-ribose that has been clinically tested for its ability to increase energy, endurance, and aerobic activity. And is currently used by some Olympic athletes. This ingredient it improves physical performance, speeds up recovery, and increases overall energy reserves. Other supportive ingredients in Ningxia Nitro are B vitamins, green tea extract, choline, and Korean ginseng, and they sharpen the mind and invigorate the senses. So for me, like when I started taking the Nitro every day, just like one Nitro in the morning, I noticed that like my brain chills out long enough for me to it like slows my brain down just enough to where I can finish processing thoughts and move on to the next thing. Like it's become much easier for me to like plan my day, pivot when things don't go according to plan, and just be like really chill about everything. I don't notice, like, for me, like a lot of people talk about the physical energy they get. For me, I already have a ton of energy, so I don't really need extra energy. But what Nitro does and Ningxia is it takes the energy that I do have and channels it in a healthy way, instead of like me being all over the place, like crazy, pinging off the walls. Like, my energy is more channeled and focused, and like I can just complete tasks before moving on to the next thing. I finish one thing and move on. It's just, my executive functioning is a lot better. And it's much easier for me to focus instead of like being so distracted all the time. So the Ningxia Red is a powerful antioxidant supplement drink made from wolfberry juice, blueberry juice, pomegranate juice, apricot juice, raspberry juice, lemon, and orange essential oils. Ningxia Red supports immune function, liver function, kidney function, and eye health, and is reported to increase energy. It is the highest known protection against the dangerous superoxide free radicals, as documented in the SORAC test conducted by Brunswick Laboratories. It is rich in ellagic acid, polyphenols, flavonoids, vitamins, and minerals. In addition, it has 18 amino acids, 21 trace minerals, beta-carotene, and vitamins B1, B2, B6, and E. It is an excellent whole food source of nutrients that gives energy and strength to the body without harmful stimulants. It also has an amazing low glycemic index of 11 that does not spike blood sugar levels. So this means that, like, when we were keto, I even still drank the Ningxia Red while I was on keto because it has such a low glycemic index that it did not interfere with my ketosis at all. And the benefits of the Ningxia Red far outweighed, like, the risk of, you know, if I was to get kicked out of ketosis. Like, I didn't even care. Like, I just feel so good drinking my Ningxia Red every day that it was worth it if it did kick me out of ketosis. The other thing about Ningxia Red is we give it to the youngest Fitz kid. He gets it, and we've seen an amazing, like, amount of physical growth in him. Like, all the amino acids that are in the Ningxia Red and all the trace minerals have really helped him grow. Ningxia Red is also really good for detoxing the kidneys. So, you know, if you get kidney infections a lot or UTIs, if you drink in your Ningxia Red, Gary Young started researching the Ningxia Wolfberry in 93, I believe it was, when Dr. Chow came over from, I think that's his name. He came over from Singapore. He was invited over to Weber State University to do a lecture. And he, like, knew a lot about the Ningxia Wolfberry. And so the doctor that he came over, that had invited him over to the United States to do a lecture at Weber State University, introduced him to Gary Young because he wanted this doctor from Singapore to know about the essential oils. And so, and like the power of them and what they could do. And so he introduced him to Gary. And so then the doctor that came from Singapore was like, well, he asked Gary, he was like, well, do you know about the Ningxia Wolfberry? And Gary was like, no, tell me more. So they started, like, it's a lot more to the story than that, but they started, like, looking into the Ningxia Wolfberry and, like, what it could do for your body. And they were, like, Gary Young was like, oh my gosh, we have to get this wolfberry for the United States. And so what had happened was they found out that the people in that specific region where the Ningxia wolfberry comes from, they were eating large amounts of these wolfberries, and they were living long, incredible lives, like very healthy. There were low rates of Alzheimer's, like dementia, that kind of thing. They all had very good eye health. They lived past their 100-year birthday. They were having babies they were able to have babies for a lot longer. They didn't have fertility issues, that kind of thing. And there's wolfberries all over China, but they found out that only the wolfberries from this particular region were the ones that were providing these amazing health benefits. So Gary Young was like, okay, we need to get that wolfberry, like Dr. Chow had said that they needed, it reflected in his research that this is the wolfberry that, you know, was doing all these amazing things. And so Gary Young was like, okay, we've got to get that one. And so he did. The Ningxia Red juice is highly concentrated. So you only need like 2 to 4 ounces a day. And that comes out to like between $1 to $1.50 per serving. And like, that's a much healthier and more affordable way to get your energy levels up. Like, some people go and they get their $3 to $5 coffees every day. First of all, there's a ton of sugar in those things. The caffeine, you're gonna crash from the caffeine. With Ningxia Red, it's plant-based. no artificial no artificial sweeteners, no sugar. It's sweetened with stevia, and there's no crash. Like, it's super affordable. And all you need is 2 to 4 ounces. And like, as you can see, like, I make a whole drink from my serving every day. Sometimes I have 2 of those. So anyway, that's a little bit of information on the Ningxia wolfberry, or the Ningxia, and I hope that you guys found that helpful.